Hi, this is Prometheus giving you another scheme breakdown. This is out of the Texans playbook, and the first scheme I'm going to break down under center is going to be the single back deuce wing. This is a really good formation. You've got balance on either sides of the field. You could flip the play to attack both sides of the field and not tell whatsoever. Let me go ahead and take a look at the audibles real quick. Alright, so the audibles are going to be the following. You got wide receiver slants, which is great because you can do a streak slant concept on one side of the field and then back it up with a comeback route on the other field. So I'll actually break that down with wide receiver slants. Basic slam, you got the wide receiver clear out drag, which is good to be able to attack your opponent underneath the coverages. And then you have the play action dig. Some plays that I probably want to use as base runs would be the halfback counter or the off tackle to be able to get to the outside. I like the counter if I didn't want it to use into the auto motion. If I was going to use auto motion, I'd probably use just power O, primarily because I'm going to force my opponent to think that I'm going to be using a running play, and then I can use the play action power O as a complement to that play to be able to hit my opponent on the outside with play action. So let's go into the first running play. Alright, so the base running play I'd probably come out with is just kind of a stretch play, and as you can see, you can try to get inside the runners. What's good about this run is you can actually flip the play and go to the outside too, so it's a nice run to be able to abuse your opponent with. Now you could use the counter play, and once again you could flip this any way that you want. And it actually will get you some neat blocking to be able to go ahead and hit some big plays against your opponent, especially if you start shifting his lines around. It's just a nice little play to be able to go ahead and pick up some pretty good yards, and right there Foster makes some good plays. Alright, so the next running play would be the auto motion play, which is power O. And the reason I want to go ahead and do this is to be able to set up an outside pass play against my opponent. So that's probably the only reason you want to go ahead and use this. Plus you can see the blocking is so much better. Now after you've run the power O a few times against your opponent, what you can do is you can hit him with the play action power O. My first read is going to be underneath. I'm going to go ahead and hit the tight end slash fullback in the flat. If the flat is covered, then I'll look to Graham coming into the corner route, and then if Graham is covered, then I'm going to go ahead and look at Hopkins going over the middle for me. So first read will be to my fullback in the flat, who is wide open. I'm going to go ahead and take that easy check down. And in the flat, I can actually go ahead the wide receiver on the deep crossing route to be able to pick up some pretty good yards right there. Where you're going to be able to pick up a lot of yards is going to be on that corner, because if they go into man coverage, that corner is going to blow this up. So let's take a look at the first standard audible. Alright, so the first standard audible is going to be the wide receiver slants. Once again, what I like about this play is that I can basically attack on both sides of the field without giving my opponent any kind of read whatsoever. The only thing he can pick up on is my personal tendencies, so that's a great thing about this play. I'm going to make two adjustments to the tight end and the outside wide receiver respectively. So let's say I want to go ahead and attack the left side of the field. What I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and take my tight end, Graham. I'm going to put him on a fly route, and then I'm going to take Hopkins and put him on a deep comeback route. My reads are going to be the following. I'm going to go ahead and look at Johnson and see if he gets underneath coverage, if it's zone coverage, and I'll go ahead and pop him immediately. If not, I'm going to go ahead and look to the flat with Proche, and then Hopkins up top for the deep comeback route. So right now it is zone coverage, as you can take an easy 7 or 8 yards on the slant route like that. So two quick adjustments again. This time I've got man coverage, and I can do the deep comeback route to be able to pick up some really easy yards for that. And then I've got the flat. I can actually go ahead and hit a ball down underneath to actually force my opponent to cover the flats too. Now the great thing about this play is I can take the same concept and put it on the other side of the field, forcing my opponent to defend that against my opponent. And as you can see right here, it's easy to be able to pick up yards and actually shred your opponent's defense. All right, so the next play we're going to look at is going to be the flanker drag clear out. And basically I'm going to make one adjustment on this. Whatever side I'm going to go ahead and have the drag come from, I'm actually going to go ahead and take that tight end and put him on a just a comeback route or a hitch route or a hook route. The reason why is I'm going to go ahead and read Hopkins immediately. If my defender follows him, it's man coverage. I know that generally the tight end that's on the hook route is going to get open because his man is going to fall off of him. I'll be able to hit him over the middle, over the middle for an easy 10 yards. Hopkins, if it's zone coverage and I've got off coverage, basically Hopkins should be wide open. And then I've got a seam with Graham going up the middle, and I've got Johnson actually going ahead doing a post corner route if it's some kind of a cover 2. So reads are going to be watching my dragging wide receiver, and then from that I'll determine whether it's man or zone. So in this, we actually have got zone coverage, and I'm always going to go ahead and take the check down because that's just going to be a harassment route my opponent's got to defend against. And go with the same play again, quick adjustment. And as you can see, the flat will be wide open. I'll always take that check down route if I can. This is man coverage, and I actually have got that comeback route that I hit, but my wide receiver dropped the ball. And I've got that deep corner route. That's probably a tricky route to actually get, but you can see I was picked up some pretty good yards with that. And if I can hit the seam, I'll take it with the other tight end. So this is a fairly balanced attack with the seams, with the drag. It's just going to force your opponent to actually defend a lot of different areas of the field, which is very harassing in nature. All right, and the last final play is the play action dig, and I'll be very frank with you, I don't think this is the best play. I'm just breaking it down to break it down. What I'm going to do, I generally will go ahead and get rid of the play action. I just think the play action in this particular play is extremely clunky, and the running backs just don't get a clean release, so I'm going to go ahead and put a block and release with the running back, and that's going to be my first read. If the running back takes off immediately, releases immediately, I'm going to go ahead and try to dump it down to him immediately. If I look at the next level, if it is some kind of a man coverage, I can do the deep dig route to be able to pick up some easy yards with that. Drop pass. And I also have got the deep out. If I hit it right in the zone, I'll be able to hit it deep, pretty deep. So once again, I don't really want to break down this play too much because I'm not too enamored with it. For you guys who are new to my channel, this is the first time to discover my channel, I want to let you know that on Friday I'm going to go ahead and do a full game breakdown with this scheme. You can see how it worked effectively, how it didn't work effectively, the misreads or mistakes I made, and you can see firsthand if this is an effective scheme and you should put it into your scheme. Once again, I really thank all my subscribers for your support, and until next time.